But live at 6. Hi. Well, on time to... We're celebrating our 6th-year anniversary of dating on the Georgia and Daniel Show on SpecialChronicles.com.
I didn't know that you had a crush on me. How did I never see all that we could have been? High time we turned the pages, start a story for the ages. High time we got it going on. No, it's never easy for people who love anymore, but we gotta try, 'cause you and I were meant to be. I love you, baby, and I know it takes more than words to show it. You are the one, and I know it.
Welcome back to the Georgia and Daniel Show. My name is Georgia from Georgia's Kitchen Show and Dan's Cutest Duo.
My name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and Georgia's Cutest True Lovo.
And on the show this week, we'll talk about how we first met and our dating guide.
Dating guide? What? Say what?
And our favorite places to go on dates together. And Dan will talk about his side of the same exact story.
Yes. And folks, we are recording this on Tuesday evening, Tuesday, March 30th. So it's the end of our 6-year anniversary month. But we're going to... I don't... Forgot if I told you this. I might have told somebody else. No, I think I told my business manager this. Anyways, I'll tell you this now on air.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to switch to... So you know how we're recording now the Special Chronicles show at a new time, Mondays at 6 p.m. Central. I think we're going to record the Georgia and Daniel show from now on Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Central. So this podcast we're going to be live streaming, recording it at a new time, Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Central. So for those of you guys used to watching us live, watching the live stream on Sunday afternoons, or even you sorry, my sister's texting me. Over the weekends. Well, now you guys, Tuesdays at a new time. So, and I hope this won't be that long of an episode, because I want to go eat dinner and relax and watch some Netflix.
With
that, what are we talking about on the show this week?
We're going to talk about how we first met, and I have a little dating guide about how Dan and I first met as well.
Dating guide? Dating guide? Folks, we follow a guide.
Yeah. I can't. Okay, well, I'm going to explain the whole dating guide to you guys so you guys would know what it is.
Yeah, explain to me, because before we went on air, Georgia told me what was in the show notes, right? And I was like, dating guide? I asked her like a question. I was like, dating guide?
Okay.
But I think when you showed it to me before we went on air, I think I understand, because I think it's something that we both kind of came up with a year ago.
Yes. 1 year ago. 1 year ago today.
1 year ago today. Well, So 6 years. Not 6 years of being married.
No.
That's gonna come sometime in the future. So just all of you guys, all of you listeners playing around at home. That's gonna come in the future. But this is 6 years of dating.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, for those listening to the audio podcast, go check out the video on YouTube or Facebook. Just look up Special Chronicles or look up Daniel. And just look up Special Chronicles on YouTube or Facebook and you'll find us. And then you're going to see our videos. And you just see me in my studio. Well, I've got a brick wall behind me, but it looks like it's Christmas in Georgia's part of the studio. No, keep it.
Okay, I'll keep it. But it has a nice decoration to it, though. To my window.
No, let's be honest. Just tell our listeners, you honestly just forgot to take it down 3 months ago.
I like it. Thank you.
Yeah. Next, they're gonna say, "I listen to Christmas music all year round."
I like all kinds of music. Okay.
No, you listen to Christmas music. For those of you guys playing along at home, I'm not making fun. I say it out of love.
Okay, babe.
So, I believe Georgia, you are first going to talk about how we first met. But let me briefly just say, it's thanks to Karen Milligan, and I almost feel like we should have called Karen on the show today because to kind of give her perspective on what it'll like being a matchmaker. All the Special Olympics athlete leadership programs is like a matchmaking. It's like a dating service. I did not refer to the Special Olympics athlete leadership programs as a dating service, but so. Oh man! So with that, let me just say, and I mean, I'll share more of my side of the same story after you, babe. But
okay,
let me just say, when we first met, just like now, I couldn't stop looking at you. Like all I saw was just somebody so cute and attractive. I mean, somebody that there was just something clicked. There was just something there that, like, there was that feeling of love that I just, like, I've never been with anybody else. I think I've probably shared this on the show in the past, or maybe I shared it with people off air. But it's there was just something that I just knew when I just saw how cute you are, how cute you are, how cute you are. When I just saw how attractive you are, even without me of having been with somebody else. And sometimes I still kind of think, maybe I should be with other people and then come back to you. I don't know. Maybe we should put it up to our listeners. Do you guys think, should I go off to see other people and then come back? I mean, I don't know why I'm bringing it up now on the show. But I mean, it's something that you think about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think about it all the time. That would just be weird. But it's that moment when we first met, which was more than 6 years ago. We talk about 6 years of dating. but it's been more than 6 years of when we first met. So let's just clarify that for the listeners.
Yes, to our listeners.
It's been more than 6 years of us. More than 6 years since we first met. 6 years of us dating, but more than 6 years, and that's what I think. That's probably one of the things you'll get to in the dating guide. But tell us a little bit about what was. That's me. That's again. I'm trying to that interview hat on, and I really shouldn't be, but there was just something that I just kind of knew deep down that I knew when I
meant to be.
Yes, when I fell in love, but like, do you understand of what I said about how maybe I should go be with somebody else, or be with not just somebody else, be with other people? Like, do you think maybe I should? And I don't know why I'm asking you maybe this, but
Okay.
like, so I guess it's kind of a two-part question. Should I go be with somebody else, but then also at the same time?
I'm gonna say no to that.
I kind of knew you would say no, but and the listeners are probably
I cannot believe I just said that.
listeners at home are probably wondering, why did he just ask that? But let me just clarify and say, I just knew we first met. I knew that you was somebody that was just so attractive, so beautiful, so attractive that I couldn't. Even if I tried to, I couldn't get out of my mind. I couldn't. Let me say that again. What?
You said that you couldn't.
Did you just say I could have?
No.
I said I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't. Okay. All right.
I
get it. I have hearing power.
That's okay. And maybe the listener saw that too. I don't know. I couldn't get you out of my mind.
That's very sweet of you, babe.
As much as I just said, maybe I should go see other people. But it brings me back to the moment, and you're going to share more, babe, but in a few moments, but of when we first met. And so this next line, people might think this might be a little creepy, but please don't take it in a creepy way. When I kept meeting, when I couldn't get you out of my mind when we first met, ever since those moments, even before we started dating, ever since those moments of when we first met, and I couldn't get you out of my head, I also couldn't get out of my head of us spending forever
Time together?
No, I said spending forever together with.
Okay.
Right? Forever together with.
Yes.
And as we celebrate 6 years, and I know you were going to go first, and I mean, I'll come back and share more of my thoughts after you share your thoughts. But
yeah, absolutely.
As we celebrate this 6-year anniversary of dating.
Yeah.
I'm sure for a lot of our buddy friends, and even some of our own families, like our parents and our sisters, our brother-in-laws, our cousins, our families, I'm probably wondering, 6 years? They've really been dating for 6 years. And I know it probably comes as a surprise to a lot of people. And let me just say that as public as we are, not only on social media, but public on this podcast, in the whole podcasting and digital media that we're producing. As public as we are, there are intimate things we are not public about. So for the first few years of dating, we didn't tell any of our friends. We didn't even tell our own families.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the surprise. So like when our families, I remember when we finally started opening up and telling people, like I think my own dad had just come in from taking a walk, and he was like, because I think we must have changed our relationship status on our Facebook pages or something.
Yes.
And when we started telling, like, my family, I mean, were surprised. But with that surprise, I don't think that they were totally surprised. I think because we talked about each other a lot with our families, they got it. They knew they got it. So they were surprised, but it wasn't a total surprise. It wasn't a total surprise, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
So I'll share more of my thoughts after. But Georgia, since you are kind of taking the lead of this episode, I mean, your name is first on the
show, Georgia and Daniel show.
On the, what do you call it? On the billing, you have like top billing. Is that what it is? I mean, not that we get. Your name is top on the now yes. on the show on the podcast. So with that, you're gonna share with our listeners how we
first met.
And then I'll tell you, all listeners, what really happened. No, I'm kidding. We both have similar stories.
We're gonna have different sides of stories of how we first met.
Different sides of the same story, but I mean, it's as much as it's different stories. It's also kind of different stories that are kind of forming as one story, as all story.
Yes.
And people can go back on this podcast and listen. Go back to season 1. Go back to the first 7 episodes. And you can listen. We have chronicled. Yes, I know it's Special Chronicles is the network. Chronicled on this Georgia and Daniel show podcast. On this Georgia and Daniel podcast. We have chronicled the moments from when we first met. I think it was like, I don't know what the date on that episode 1 of this podcast is, but 2012 maybe was when we first met. We have chronicled our entire time of knowing each other. So you listeners can listen back and kind of hear our entire story of us getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Which is pretty powerful. So, babe, go on and go. Talk about. You said you were going to talk about how we first met.
Yes. Okay, well, I actually did this morning, right before this started.
You did what?
I actually I typed it up this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna cry, okay, because that's what I normally do when I do make speeches about two people.
Two people meaning you.
Meaning me and you, yes. but I'm gonna cry just in the inside. So
You can clean that. I have done many podcasts where people have cried. So wait, I probably should not say that. Cry in a good way. In a good way. I don't make podcast guests cry. That's the last time. Okay.
all right. So, based on our epic love story, he and I first started going out, and we had our very first date in a park. And we went to see the live action film Cinderella when it first came out.
I remember that thing. Why do I have like an
Sorry, what?
Do you hear an echo?
No, I don't hear an echo.
Why do I hear an echo?
I
Okay,
don't
wait. Go on. But I remember that first date.
Yeah.
You don't want me to put it? Okay. Whatever. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay. I shouldn't have even put it up. Go on, babe. Go on.
Okay, sorry. At the Lake Theater. And then right after that, we went to Illuminati's Pizzeria for dinner. Right after that, we walked over to Illuminati's right afterwards. And at that moment, I knew that I wanted to be with someone with the rest of my life. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So I'm that first date.
Hearing his name, I sometimes.
Sorry. Is that what you said on that first date? You knew that you from the first date?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Okay. Go on.
Hearing his name, I sometimes blush. He
Wait.
came to.
Go on. I'll stop you.
Okay. He cares about me a lot. He and I have a lot of things in common. The reason why I love him the most is because I get to see him in person. Now, for that, when we do first meet in person, it's a really huge deal. So instead of being online, I love it to see him like an actual in person. So now you guys know. Sorry, what?
Like this coming Easter weekend.
I am almost done. An anniversary.
Keep talking.
Anniversary is always a special event in your life with that someone. Having a serious relationship with a partner that you care about, that's what love really means. The best part of my life with Daniel is because we have lots of adventures together. We go to movies, we do bike rides, we do dates on the town, having picnics in the park, going on walks, dinner dates, just being together, and
Podcast dates.
And wedding dates.
Podcast dates.
And podcast dates.
And international wedding dates.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always wanted a dream guy in my life because once there's a Daniel, he's in your heart forever. I love you, Daniel.
I love you too, babe. I'm going to go on. I'm still typing. So, do you want to just keep?
Yeah. I can.
Oh, love story of when we first met.
Well, that's pretty much all I typed up today.
Oh, well, can you keep typing? Yeah.
Okay. Well, The reason why Daniel has been part of my life is because he has great sense of humor. I love his smile. I do sometimes like his sense of style. Sometimes. Yes. Well, his villain is very, very nice.
You do. You probably like it more when I take this off, don't I?
Hey,
I'll stop. It's true, right? I mean, let's be
Okay.
honest. Let's be honest. I mean, do you like me like this, or do you like me like,
I like when you have a shirt on.
starting
Starting now.
and off, right?
Yes. Let's not put that on the air.
Oh, I see. You didn't want to put that part on the air.
No.
Okay, go on.
Let's see. Well, there's so many things that I love Daniel is because he and I both have taste in sports. That's how we also first met. I'm a swimmer and he's a swimmer. He swims with Sea Spar and I swim with my friends of WSSRA.
And basketball. What about
And-
basketball?
and basketball. But I also do other sports. But besides that, the truth is, I've never seen Danny swim before. So,
Yeah, you did. At our meets.
right. Yes, I should not have said that. Sorry. I have seen him swim before. And I also have pictures of him in both my rooms, both in my game room and my actual bedroom. I think about him every day and night. When he's not around, I don't melt down or anything. I think about him, and I do intend sleep with a picture frame just to remember him.
And soon, hopefully, with me in person. Oh, should I not say that out loud?
No.
Okay. Whatever. Okay.
Why don't we just
Why don't we just go ahead and take a sponsor break? Let's go ahead and take a sponsor break before I say anything else. So you are listening to
the Georgia and Daniel show
on SpecialChronicles.com.
on SpecialChronicles.com.
And this is our 6th year dated anniversary episode. And
our 6th year anniversary podcast.
Episode and
Yeah. Sorry, and I'm Georgia.
And I'm Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com. When we come back, we'll get to my side of the same story. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And stay tuned because George,
There'll be a dating guide pretty soon.
you guys will get to hear all about our dating guide. And yes, we're going to help you listeners know how to date. Is that what it is?
Yes, it's basically
Wait. Why? We're gonna teach the listeners how to date.
No, we're not gonna.
Maybe it's either that or it's all dating. It's a guide to all dating life.
Yes,
It's one of those. But we're gonna leave you at the edge of your seats. You guys are gonna have to wonder: are we gonna dating guide? Us show you how to date, or dating guide meaning a dating guide about us. So that is coming up after the break. Keep listening right here.
and stay tuned.
Stay tuned right here on the Georgia and Daniel Show on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be right back. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcast, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and really is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they're literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd.
Hi, my name is Lisa Noble, and I'm a ComEd Energy Force Ambassador and an athlete with Special Olympics Illinois.
Hi, my name is Daniel Smrokowski, and I also am a ComEd Energy Force Ambassador and founder of a company called Special Chronicles.
The ComEd Energy Force program is a program that hires people with disabilities to teach the public how to save energy and money.
It's the country's first energy efficiency program of its kind.
Saving energy is especially important while everyone is at home due to COVID-19. We're using more electricity than ever before. Just think about how many more times you are opening the refrigerator door these days.
And while the economy is stressed, it's more critical than ever to save money where we can. Following these tips can save energy and money in this time of COVID-19.
Wash your clothes in cold water and use the dryer sparingly.
Your dryer can take up to 7 times more energy than the washer.
Turn off and unplug any electrical devices or power strips you are not using.
Electrical devices can continue to zap power even when turned off if they're still plugged in. We call them vampire devices.
Use LED bulbs.
They use 25% less energy than incandescent bulbs and last up to 25 times longer, saving you lots of money over time.
Keep your refrigerator between 35 and 38 degrees.
And be sure to use Energy Star appliances.
And last but not least, check out ComEd.com/home savings for more tips and rebates.
Lisa and I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to us today.
Remember, we are all in this together.
Stay healthy.
And stay safe.
Bye.
COVID-19, better known as coronavirus, has spread throughout the world. Information about children with this disease is limited, but they are known to have had mild symptoms. Many organizations are responding accordingly depending upon their area. It's best to stay home and away from others, especially when sick, and continue following healthy hand wash guidelines, covering mouth and nose and not touching your face or high-touch surfaces. Clean and disinfect high-touch surfaces regularly, and for more information, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Thank you.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
Who has a fear of difference.
Difference. Our demands are
equality,
dignity, and the recognition of our shared humanity.
We will not stop
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
More than ever.
and coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution.
Is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
Welcome back, my cutest true love.
Welcome back, my cutest true love.
And like we swap things out a little bit, you and listeners, you to the George and Daniel Show podcast. This is on specialchronicles.com, and we're back. And now, babe, you want to share with us a little bit about
The dating guide.
the dating guide. Da, 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 the dating guide.
Yep.
So-
Okay. Oh, sorry.
No, go on. Don't interrupt me.
To the people who is on YouTube and you guys are watching this, I'm gonna show you what it looks like, and then I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay. So this is what it looks like.
And for those listening to the podcast, for listening to us on audio only on podcast, then go check out the video on YouTube of this episode.
All right, now I'm going to tell you what I did over here, okay? So, first off, we met as friends of the year 2010. Is that correct?
I think.
Okay. And at that point, I never had a best guy friend like Daniel before. And at that point, he
Somebody who she was,
trying to fall in love with.
who could be her level.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Somebody who could kind of get a little intimate with and be her level.
Hello.
Yes. Somebody that she wanted to, have a little fun with. And by fun, I mean, fun with, the intimate kind of fun.
Babe, let's move on.
Let's move on. I mean, it's true. Let's both the doubts here.
Wait, part of that, yes, it is true.
I mean,
So let's not put that on the air, please.
Yeah. But like, what I'm trying to say here is it's part of what makes us lovers. If we didn't want to get together and have a little fun. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so at that
It is what it is. Folks, you know what I'm trying to say. So
yes.
we're gonna have to put a little weight in on this podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on. Rick.
Right. So at that point, I knew that I wanted someone else to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
But boyfriend and lover are two titles that I like. But if I had to choose one, well,
You choose the level title.
it's a little bit of a challenge for me. But if I had to pick my favorite title, it would have been boyfriend. Because it's similar to me, and it's short of saying lover instead of boyfriend.
Can I tell you which title I'd pick? You and all the listeners can probably guess. Wait, my dad didn't put milk in his tea.
Okay, Dan, really?
I wanted some milk in my hot tea. I just noticed this 38 minutes into the episode. It took me 38 minutes into this episode to help me notice. Okay. What title that I'm going to tell you what title that I want to refer to you as, and what title I kind of would prefer you to use on me. It's the same title.
Okay, and what title would that be?
Level.
Okay.
I want to refer to you as my level, and I want you and other people, like our friends and family, to refer to you as mine.
Okay.
What? Wait, hold on. Let's think about this for a moment.
Okay.
I want to backtrack what I just said. How do you think it will go if our parents says yes? For example, how do you think your parents would be like if they say, "Yeah, Georgia was hanging out with her lover," or my parents would say, "Yeah, Daniel was hanging out with his lover." How do you think that would go?
I don't know. I can't really explain that, but
Do is call up all of our families, including our sisters and brother-in-laws. Call up all of our families right now on the air and say, "We've got a question for you. Will you refer to us as when you tell people who we are to each other? Would you say that they are lovers?"
I really don't know because I do talk to you just a little bit at work.
Let's call Karen Milligan and say, "Hey, Karen." Well, she's gonna listen to this. So hey, just a little postal message to Karen or Chris, any of our friends, any of our staff friends at Special Olympics. How would you refer to us? Do you refer to us as lovers?
I don't know. I can't really explain that to people.
You know what? We should do a little poll on our Instagram stories. You guys, if you guys are not following us on we'll get to the plugs at the end of the show. But if you're not following Daniel and Georgia on Instagram, then go do that, and maybe we'll put up a little poll on our Instagram story, and see if you guys think we should have our families and friends call us lovers.
Okay.
Okay, go on with this dating guide.
Okay. And then we started dating at the year of 2015.
Yes.
And is that the right year that we started dating?
I think so. I think we so you guys folks a year ago we went to what was a Mexican restaurant in the Grange. La Margarita, whatever
the restaurant's name is.
It's La Margarita. La. It definitely has the name Margarita in there. It definitely is a Mexican place. Other than that, I forgot the name of the place. It's Margarita Mexican something.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly, I'm right somewhere there. I don't know. I'm totally off, but I'm totally also kind of right. Anyways, we both took our iPhones. No, I took out my iPhone and opened up the notes. You know, the notes thing in your iPhone, and I think that's when we kind of first a year ago when we came up with this dating guide.
Yes, we did actually.
So yeah,
we both did.
So that happened.
We pretty much got all the math right. So
according to us, and by the
yes, according to us,
at home, Georgia or myself, we don't play mathematicians on a podcast, and we don't play it in real life either. So we don't play mathematicians on a podcast, and we don't play it in real life. So
yeah,
you guys send us a DM or email us, Georgia and Daniel at specialchronicles.com, and let us know.
Yeah,
if we did the math right. For 2015, I think to kind of throw my 2 cents in here is that part of the dating guide, that part of our dating story of when we began together was you had invited me to your birthday party. That when we first started dating was when you first invited me to your birthday party.
Yes, I think I remember that.
But that was the same week that I was going out of town to Los Angeles, back to my birthplace, for the Special Olympics World Games.
Right. Yes.
So I was out of town for a week, and yeah. Anything else of this dating guide that you want to mention?
Well, our future was 2020, and we are now officially still together in this year of 2021.
Unless I try to go see other people.
Well,
That's going to be the finale at the end of this episode.
no.
I've gone off to go see other people.
Well, baby, my future with you, I am not going to go out and see another guy.
I'm glad that's not going to happen.
No.
But how funny would that be if that happened?
And the last thing that's said on here is that...
Hold on.
Sorry, my bad.
And my sister Stephanie's wedding down in Springfield, my aunt, and I don't know if you remember this, one of my aunts who lives in Minnesota, my aunt, I think, did she tell you? No, she might have told me.
She might have told you about me.
Yeah, my aunt told me about, she's a keeper. And then my aunt, then my uncle, not my uncle that's married to that aunt, but my uncle who lives in Pennsylvania, who's married to my uncle who's married to my other aunt. So not the aunt that I was just talking about, but my uncle was married to my other aunt. I had said, so did you guys get married yet?
Sorry, what?
No, I just said my uncle, not the uncle that's married to that aunt, but my uncle that's married to my other aunt had said, you guys gonna get married yet? And that kind of...
I'm really glad that you brought that up, because at that point, when your uncle said that, I was standing right there, so it was...
We never talked about it.
No, we never did, because we were still together.
Yes. I would say it took us a whole year where we didn't really think about it. Now it was probably a seed planted in the back of both of us, in the back of our minds, but we never totally thought about it. Because it wasn't until like April, May 2020-ish. So it wasn't until about a year after my sister's wedding was when we kind of thought, oh, maybe we should. And then I started talking with my managers and some coworkers, and we honestly were like just gonna go all in and just kind of just go all in and just get it done with, put a wing on it and call it a day. No, not a day. I mean, just put a wing on it and yeah. But like, and then our mom started talking. Okay, our dad's too. But then our mom started talking. And then we had to do some stuff that I'm not going to talk about right now on air. But then we had to do some stuff to help us become a better us.
Yes.
And babe, I know you know what that thing that we had to do to make us a better us. Right? Right?
Yes, I do.
That thing, that weekly, that thing. And the thing that we have to do, what? You know?
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
The thing that we did earlier today.
Yes, well, we're not allowed to post that.
No, I know. Not now.
Yeah.
But that's what our moms were talking about. But maybe in the future, we will talk about it. Right?
Yes.
Because it's good for other couples to know, to also do. But we're not going to talk about it now.
Yeah.
We're going to leave you listeners with, I think I shared a lot of my side of the story at the beginning of the episode, right?
Well, I did mine and then you did.
Well, no, I mean, I kind of did it kind of before you kind of, so somewhat, sort of, kind of, right?
Yeah. Like, blah, blah.
But let me just say, just to kind of tie a nice little bow on the story, I'm so glad that there was an us.
Yeah. I mean,
What were you gonna say?
When there's no us, there's no one.
And I also just want to add on here and say, so you're someone that I've been waiting for. You're someone that I've been waiting, that I love to cuddle with. You're someone that it's so comfortable to be with. You're someone that I just so grateful, so comfortable to be with. I can't wait for the moments when we can spend can't believe I'm going to say this on air. So I'll say it briefly and then I'll move on.
Okay.
I'd like to be able to spend an entire night together. And I know we have people that listen to this podcast who might be like, why did he just say that on air? But to be able to comfort you, like when you're crying.
I'm sorry.
I want to be able to comfort you. I want to be able to be with you, care for you, love you. I wish I could cuddle with you right now, because as much as I mentioned it earlier in this episode of maybe I should have tried to be with somebody else, I don't know why I never dated before. I honestly don't know why I've never dated before. And I think it was also just because I was nervous.
I was nervous too.
But you've also had experience with other people. But at the same time, for us to be, the fact that you were my first person to be with, first person to fall in love with, who I can't stop staring at you. I can't stop thinking about you every second, every minute of every day. I can't stop seeing just how cute and attractive and beautiful you are. I can't stop falling in love with you every second of every minute of every day. I wish I could cuddle with you right now.
I understand.
I know that it's happy tears.
They are very happy tears.
And I'm sure if your mom or your dad walked in and saw you with those happy tears, they'd be like, what is going on this episode? If our listeners are just tuning in right now, and they'll be wondering, what is going on? Well, I can tell you what is going on. And the thing that is going on is that I have fallen so madly, truly, deeply in love with you. When it comes down to it, Georgia, I have fallen so truly, madly, deeply in love with you that every time that we hang out in person, every time that we meet each other in person, I get this feeling down here. I can't stop holding your hand. I can't stop cuddling with you. And I'm so grateful that you are not only just in my life, not only my friend, but as we said at the top of this episode, so grateful to have you as my cutest, true lover. Because that's who you are, and that's who you will continue to be. So, listeners, I'm grateful that you, Georgia, are my cutest, true lover.
Babe, you're the first person that I fell in love with the first time that I met you, and I always wanted someone who's always been there for me, and I know that I'm really emotional when I'm talking like this, because when I mentioned earlier that you're the guy that I want to be with, and the guy that I want to be with forever.
Haven't you been in love with other people?
I did, but I was in a high school.
But let's not get into that. Some of our
I didn't say anything.
Some of our listeners. Let me just kind of put up some comments from listeners. One of our listeners, Bob, says, "Happy anniversary to you both." Another one of our listeners says, Carol, she lives down in Springfield, says, "So happy to see you both. So happy." This next comment from Carol says, "You're making me cry."
Oh God.
So I'm so. There's that. But yeah. So thank you. And if you listeners are listening to this later, listeners on podcasts, go leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Go check out the video on YouTube or Facebook. Just look up Special Chronicles, and you can leave your comments there in the video of this episode. With that, we got a few minutes left of this hour. If you want to share your feedback, specialchronicles.com is where you can go to find this network, this podcast network. Specialchronicles.com. You can find all of our social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, our newsletter, all the other podcast shows that we have on this network. Specialchronicles.com. If you want to follow both of us,
Instagram and Facebook at Daniel and Georgia.
And you can tweet at Daniel Georgia S, hashtag Georgia and Daniel Show. If you want to follow Georgia on
you guys can follow me on Instagram at PeachGeorgia22. And
you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter at PodmanDan, at PodmanDan at PodmanDan. Also, just a quick note, if you like the video edition live streams of this podcast, you can sign up for StreamYard using our referral link, specialchronicles.com/StreamYard, and go check out Georgia's Kitchen Show, specialchronicles.com/Georgia Kitchen Show.
Mm-hmm.
You can also email us, Daniel and Georgia at specialchronicles.com, and we yes. Links are in the description below as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can also make a gift. Please help us to continue to produce not only the Georgia and Daniel Show, but the Special Chronicles Show and many other podcasts, programs that we have on this network. SpecialChronicles.com/give, and at the trying to find it here. If you make at the $250 level gift level, $250 gift level, by donating to this podcast, specialchronicles.com/give, or you can text give 250 to 833-953-2598. That's text give 250 to 833-953-2598. Or just go to specialchronicles.com/give. And if you donate $250 to this podcast, Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of his new book, The Call to Unite, Voices of Hope and Awakening. So we just want to mention that as well. We hope you listeners love us both and wish us a happy anniversary.
We love you guys.
And with that, we hope you all have enjoyed this. This has been our 6-year dating anniversary episode. I'm Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and whole cutest true level.
My name is Georgia, and I'm from Georgia's Kitchen Show, and I'm Dan's cutest true love.
We hope you have enjoyed this episode. We'll be back hopefully next week on our Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Central. So remember to subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes on Apple Podcasts or iHeartRadio or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you next week.
Love you guys.
I love you. Next week we'll tell you about how our Easter went, our in-person Easter went.
Yes.
Coming up next week, Daniel and Georgia and Daniel celebrate Easter in person.
In person.
With a vaccinated in person. Vaccinated in person. So all that is coming up next week. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.